Welcome to Commodities. Here we're looking at gold on the 4-hour chart, and we've pretty much reached our target of the 1300. However, we can still see from wave 4 here, we can still see, if we count this correctly, in terms of 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, a little bit further to go to the upside. The other way to count this, of course, is this wave 4 here being over here and a 5-wave structure in through here. But for us, the purpose was getting to 1300 and that's it, or covering at 1290. So let's just allow this to play out through here. If support comes in on 1300, then of course we'll be looking to trade long again. But of course, if we were going to follow this little path up through here, then we'd basically want to see a move back below 1300 before we sort of, established a nice strong sort of support and retest here before we move further up, if that was the case. And it's quite possible. I won't go into that now. On Monday we'll look at the bigger picture, but silver's the same as well. We'd kept this count here in terms of the 3rd wave, the 4th wave, and looking for a little 5-wave structure to the upside there as well. The copper market, I'll just go back a little bit through here, even to this point here for this purpose. Look, this, I got 2 counts here. We had our target met down here, so we've got basically 3 waves down here. Now this 3 waves could turn into 4 waves, into 5 waves rather, in terms of 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and complete there and move up. But this trend line here, we expected a bounce off it. We've got the bounce. We're trying to decipher what this is here, and at the moment it's still got 2 possibilities. I've labeled it here, as as the A wave, the B wave and the C wave here. But if we make another high above here, then that's going to give us something else. It's going to give us a whole series of 1s and 2s to the upside, a much more powerful structure to the upside. So support above this here, a move above here would give us a much more bullish picture. And I think that could be the case too, because when I drill in through here, this move down through here counts pretty much as corrective in terms of, if you can follow me here, the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4 and the 5 to here. So that could be the A wave, the B wave and the C wave here. And that would give us 3 waves. And if that's the case, then this high here would be taken out. And as this market's traveling so far, it does appear that we've got 1, 2, 3, little 4th here, a 5th here, so we should see an A, B, C across the 3, 2, 5, which is the midpoint, 5, and then further up from that side there. So this is a healthy thing for the materials sector, and we can see that with obviously the Rios and BHPs of the world. So I think BHP and Rio have got some figures coming out shortly. I just can't recall when. Is it next week? Anyway, better check on that. The oil market, in a way, it's still dancing across the 100 here, as would expect it to. It hasn't really found it a support or resistance. It's still swinging across that. But I do expect a new sort of to push up higher. And one of the reasons for that is looking at the Brent market here, which is a bit more clear on the wave count, because this move down through here is in 3 waves, so that means we should make a high above here. So sometimes the Brent and the Western Texas Intermediate can give different wave counts and doing different things, but they do tend to pull back into line with one another as well. So I'm just sort of considering this a 4th and a 5th to go up here to complete this other structure that we've been working with. The soybean market, following stock and lower US dollar. The US dollar had broken the 80-50 area, and it's probably a good idea, even if you don't trade FX but you trade commodities, is to have a look at the US dollar wave count on the video this morning to get an understanding of the bigger picture here. Now, the soybean market, we've been looking for 5 waves up through here, and it fits reasonably well. So if that's the case, then we're looking for an A and a B and a C here, but it's very small, and it looks like it's up for 1 and back for 2 here, and still sort of moving up through here. So I'm a little bit unsure about things, and when I'm unsure about things, I just go and revert back to the levels. And we do have a reasonable sort of consolidation here, not so much a tested support actually on the 30 here, but good enough. But our main point, as mentioned before, was to, all the way above the 1270 here, is to gain positions at very small positions at every 10 points. So small that they're not going to bother you of what happens, because we still need to leave the stop way under here, because, even if I got this count wrong here in some sort of particular way, this could be the fifth wave to here, in fact, and this could be the third wave to here, and this could be the fourth wave into here as such, so there could be something like that. Then we get an ABC. It's just not that sort of clear. I know it's following stock, and stock has pushed up really strong as well. We just got to sort of play it out. But basically, we want to be long above the 1300 here. But just remember that we can still get some type of corrective pattern to come back into here. But the main point is that we want to be adding on 30, 40, and 50. We can expect a larger correction across here. And once we've got support, we can add on that as well. But certainly this market is breaking to the upside. I just want to check on a few things here. Just bear with me while I find. We've got stronger volume overnight on the daily. Don't have it on the weekly. So what we really want to see, if this market's going to continue pushing straight up from here, then we want to see this week's volume on the Friday here be more than the previous week's here. That would give us a confirmation that the buyers are moving in and we're on the right track. Okay, the wheat and the corn. Once again, here with the weekly chart here, we want to see more volume here on Friday's close than we had over here, and we want to see this, close be, reasonably high to the high there. And, we know that, there's problems here at the 600 here. We got this consolidation over here, which will have sellers and buyers at, and this is going to run into problems here. We're aware of that when this got sold off to here. The first lot came in. There'll be more here. But as it stands, we'll it's not always easy to buy at lows and move on up. We need to get through a few things, but it will be nice when the time comes that we get through the 600 there. And in moving up here, as mentioned yesterday, again, we've got it as 1, 2, and 3 moving up through here, but it can be the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave finishing here, and then down for 1, back for 2, down for 3, and coming back here. And that, for this to move up through here, we want to see a break in the US dollar below the 80, the 79.80 would be the trigger there for that. So this can turn on us. So that's why we want to keep the position sizes really small so they don't bother you, and then we look to add on whole numbers. Same with the corn, really, in its own sort of way as well. It's only got 3 waves up here. We don't have a clean 5 waves. We assume this was 5 here, so we knew we'd get 5 over here. So we were building in the trade above the 430, the top of group 1 here. And we're thinking that this is a wave 4 here. It's getting a bit complicated, so it must be. But this is also telling me that this can be more downside here as well. But we just don't really want it coming back below the 430 here, because then that would give us overlapping wave structures. Not so much with this one here, that doesn't bother us. But it's this internal one here, either this one or this one here. But as it stands, it's okay at the moment and just sort of hanging in there. But we want to see it above that 440 and moving up. And the orange juice is the same pretty much as wheat and corn, really, in terms of its structure to the upside here is only giving us 3 waves. So we need to see it push up further here. And it's not really doing it. It's not showing us that strong structure to the to the upside. So we just need to be a bit mindful of what's sort of going on here. But as long as this low here stays in place, this one here, then this particular structure to the upside will be fine. So this trend line, that low there, keep those longs in there, and we'll look to add if the market moves up above the 150. If it doesn't, as you know, we will be looking for a wave. This will be an A and a B and a C to here, and then we'll be looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here to complete this wave. C here, B here, and wave 2 here. So we are in high risk territory here, but we knew that, we made that clear, and it's the way the cookie crumbles. Alrighty, well, thanks for listening and enjoy the weekend.